misuse life, even though life's a gift. I'm born to death, but you still born to grift. And me, I don't miss. Keep your flagship crypto trash. Be ready for the paradigm shift. The cold wallet seed, phrase magnifique. Liquidity pool, looking up at Diddy like Meek. One hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. In these DeFi streets, you best protect your cheeks. I'm from the planet Alawanapana. Had some jewelry for my wife to keep, cause I don't wanna pawn her. And after taking secrets from Victoria, I may wall upon her. Or we drink from the Casamiga, cause I'm a wall upon her. Call me Bujetta, who never lies like Geppetto. I may rock some suspenders like Pinocchio in the ghetto. Look, before I continue, man, a lot of y'all who've been in this space and been in this ecosystem came from arbitraging.co, Ether Chain, Tron Chain, T2X, Bankroll, all these DeFi things that have since just rugged the people, man, amount to nothing. And you fading Hex, Pulschain, Pulsex, and Ink. Man, it's a shame, man. You forgot where you came from, suffering from hubris and pride and ego. It is what it is, man. Some of us are holding true to what's real and what's going to take us to where we need to go. Pulsechain ecosystem, man. RH ecosystem. Pulsechain, Hex, Pulsex, and Ink. Nothing more to talk about, man. Peace. Oh, yeah. And one more thing. The greed factor. Don't be too greedy, man. Don't be too greedy, man. That could overcome you, man. That could definitely overcome you.
What the hex is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What the hex is you guys talking about?
Just another reminder that I do not work for you. I have never worked for you. I will never work for you. If you want good things to happen, you must make them happen.
All the rest of them, it's not another fault. No more double spend, this is vertical. Push your trash, you no afraid, or it's fair as fault. And you form of wealth, yields. All the rest of them, it's not another fault. No more double spend, this is vertical. Push your trash, you no afraid, or it's fair as fault. And you form of wealth,
I would make the argument that the soft landing is based actually more on direct demand stimulus. Like, I just disagree that the Fed is what created the soft landing.
You could disagree all you want, John, but you need to like understand some of what you're talking about too, and a lot of it right now you actually don't understand what you're talking about.
Hurtful.
But how does demand lower inflation? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Demand is not what lowered inflation. So we're talking about two different things. I'm considering the soft landing being the lack of recessionary action, and the Fed jacking the rates up to 5.5% could have created a tremendous recession if people didn't have a little bit of that cushion that was created.
They had that.
Well, that's
exactly.
my point.
That's the same point I made. That's the point I made before. You have a larger budget deficit increasing demand, pushing one way. You have the Fed reducing demand, pushing the other way to cancel it out. Part of why interest rates went this high was precisely because it's not like the interest rates went up and then the demand came. It's the demand was all there, and that's why the interest rates went up.
So I guess I do understand what I'm talking about.
In the land of digital dreams where crypto reigns supreme, Richard Hart stands tall, fearless and true against the darkness that threatens to undo.
The biggest winner, of course, was Hex, and we want to know, well, what the heck?
What the heck? What the heck happened?
What the heck?
What the heck is in?
Not the hex.
What the CabanaCrypto?
Hola.
What's with the camera, Papa B? What's going on? I thought the show was big.
You see, there's a simple explanation here. My camera is driven solely on red candles. And
No. Stop lying, Papa B. You have been smuggling bullets and are sitting now in jail.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
No, the Hezbollah blew up
Israelis blew up my camera.
Not a laughing matter, but it's kind
You
of...
had to blow up your pager while it was in your pocket.
The pager.
I thought you were smuggling bullets, but okay. It was a retaliation from Hamas. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad we could go around the room and make fun of my camera. Can we get on with the show now? Thank you. Hello,
no. We're going to talk about it for the next 40 minutes.
Yes, it's very embarrassing. And what's this cheeseburger avatar? Like, don't you have...
I'm fat, bald, and I like cheeseburgers. Get off my back.
Don't you have a dick pic or something?
No, it's Green Candle Day. I can eat what I want.
Well, there we go.
Well,
yes,
that's all it
Cabana
takes.
Crypto.
Yes.
It's great to see you again. You can't see me, but
the return of the magnificent.
Sandy.
Good to see you, fellers. How y'all? I
Yeah,
guess
we've
good
been-
evening for most of
One
you.
of the never
good night
left
here in Germany.
Never
Yeah,
left.
good night.
Hashtag never left.
That's right.
I like that reference. Okay. Great, Papa B. I got it.
It's a double. It's a double, right, Peter? Yes, you got it.
We're still out here. We're still maintaining. How have you been, Cabana?
I
You
have
on the
been
beach?
Well, busy. Yeah, just
Beach musing.
bouncing around between beaches and monitoring investments. So yeah, yesterday and today was quite fun.
Yesterday was interesting,
in
right?
both worlds. Yeah,
the first, because I know I wanted to ask you about that because you're still doing a bit of TradFi,
I do a lot of
TradFi
it.
trading
Always
on your retirement account.
Yay!
And the Feds, for the first time in 3 years, 4 years, have dropped the interest rates by 50 clicks.
Yeah, I mean, I would have gone. I was thinking they were going to do 25, but they were rather aggressive and went double that. And obviously the market liked it because we were. I'm just talking like S&P was almost up 100 points today. So
yes,
but Elizabeth
Bitcoin
Warren wanted to get 75 basis points.
yeah, that's just pure politicking there, and she has no idea what she's talking about. But
Speaking
a
of
lot
politics,
politicians don't when it comes to economics.
Yeah, speaking of politics, Cabana, what do you think? You think that the Dems are going to claim, look, see, we fixed the economy. It was great. Home loans are down by 2 points now today alone because of this. And we did it. We're winning.
If they're smart, maybe they'll try a little bit of that angle. But I think the public is more keen as to what's really been going on for years now. So, a little bump is like, yeah, okay, you're going to see refis pick up. They already have, I guess, in the past week or so. And it's starting slowly. And if they want to try to claim victory for it, I mean, that's politics. That's what it is. But I get, it gets on my nerves on both sides because both sides try to, this is just the economics part. Whoever is in office really doesn't have that much influence over an economic cycle. It's pretty much when you come into office, what the cycle happens to be. If you happen to come in or go out during a COVID year, like these are like uncharted waters kind of thing. But a president taking credit for, something that isn't within an economic cycle, that just, it doesn't fly with me, never has. I think anybody, looking top down is just like, okay, the president really doesn't have that kind of effect. Now, tax policies, if these tax cuts expire next year, that could be huge. That's the main thing that I'm watching. And, that would be my main concern if there is a Kamala president.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing what she mentioned during the debate, that, we inherited such a mess and we had to clean up his mess. It was kind of that argument. But he, as you said, he ended his presidency on one of the biggest pandemics the world has ever seen. So, of course, that's not a regular,
and it goes both
term in
ways.
that
So, I
case.
mean, Republican or Democrat. I mean, they both try to, claim victory over the high points and, ignore the low points. So it's
Ignoring the
something
low ones, exactly.
I don't really pay attention to it, but like tax rates and things like that, those can influence things for the long run. So, like I said, we have the Trump tax cuts expire next year. And if they do expire, that's, not the greatest of things, in my opinion. So that's might be time to get out by then, but long way away. We can run for a while, I think. I hope.
But he seems to be very hot on the crypto topic. Just yesterday, this made the rounds and on the
Paid for his Bitcoin burgers and Bitcoin.
Exactly. He was at I almost wanted to say a gay bar in New York. No, it was a Bitcoin bar in New York where he paid for his burgers. Exactly. So he's using that kind of as an. Of course, it's like a photo op, but you don't.
But
see
you know
that
what?
from
The other side isn't doing it, and the other side has attacked crypto more. They've been for it,
of course.
And if people are just believing just because they don't like Trump that the other side's going to be, oh well, they're going to be friendlier than Joe Biden was. You've got another thing coming, and it sickens me. Some of these people who hate Trump are pro crypto, but they're trying to skirt around, the idea of supporting him being like the one pro crypto guy. Like there's never, this is still a relatively new industry, but nobody's ever supported it like this guy as a, in a high office, and his family does. So just think if, he gets in, his son's going to be all over crypto and pro crypto, and, they're
And
launching
he's
the Aave fork of,
He's launching his own coin now, right? I've seen Hexologist tweeting about that.
Did any of you tune into that whole?
Let's
stream?
not mention Hexologist. He fucked up the Pulsec thing with the Saudis. Okay.
Did he?
Okay.
So
guys,
he's off limits.
All right, so he's off limits. But did any of you catch the Twitter space, X space, with Donald Trump and his two of his three sons and some other guys that are working on this whole thing? Can I give you the TLDR or TLDL?
Please, I missed that.
Give me the TLDL on the Liberty coin, Papa.
Yeah. Okay. So what I heard was Trump come in, pontificate, and then explain a little bit about why crypto it's clicking for him now. His sons are very into it, and they're very smart, so therefore he's very into it. And then he left the room. And then we heard from Donald Jr., and we heard from the other one, and then we heard nothing from Barron. And by the way, the other one, of course, is the one that knows the least about crypto anyway. So check it out. What is it? It was an announcement of an announcement, 2017 style stuff. Hey, we're thinking about creating, what we got to crack the nut of. Average Joe needs to have something really simple to use. This is too complex. We need something simple to use, and maybe it's secure. And there you go. And we're going to do it, and it's going to be great. And no one else has even thought of this to make it simple for average users to use. And will there be a coin? Yes. Will it be? But it'll be you'll be able to vote on something that is unvotable. It's non-transferable, whatever the fuck that means. And it's 60% is going to the peoples, 20% to the founders, 13% for incentives, and I guess for staking or whatever they're going to be providing, and the rest is so. So that's about it. It's like, it sounds to me like a typical ICO. However, and this pains me the most. God damn it. Yes, it'll be available only for accredited investors.
Accredited investors. That's what I heard. So not your average Joe Schmo can send some Ethereum.
The whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. I'm sure plenty of people will FOMO in. By the way, in 2026, when they come out with it in a bear market again, it'll be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
It's best to launch at a bear market.
Oh yeah. Someone said that.
I mean, we're still at the lows from the bear market. So,
oh my god! Before we go into all that, let me say hi to the chat real quick. Our very loyal audience. We're 70 people live out the gate already. We got Avalon in here as first. Mrs. Avalon, 2 very loyal supporters of the show. Always supporting. Hex on air as well is here. Maddie All In is in the chat. He's probably chiming in from, I don't know, where is he right now? Is he on the DeLorean?
He's in 1984.
1984, still traveling the country.
Not where. When?
When Moon. We got a Wookiee on the chain. In the house. Sandy Beach is here. Believe in yourself. Checking in the debate. If this is something you enjoy, perhaps you may find interest in becoming a masturbator. Nice.
Master debater or a cunning linguist. Yes.
Agenda 69 tuning in from Scotland. Good to see you. So that's a live chat already. Hex on S says his burger must have been cold by the time the transaction went through, which is...
Are
we talking a deposit after the burger has been processed? I don't understand what kind of...
I don't know how these bars work. I've never been.
There has to be an intermediary to speed that up. You can't wait like 20 minutes for all of your stuff to do. In Japan, you sit and you wait. You like take a number and you sit. You wait for your transaction to clear in a separate room. When you're buying electronics or something in Akihabara, or you're in, Yorakucho in the big camera store, you sit down, you just grab a number, you wait. It takes 25 minutes to clear.
Nice. For you running sushi.
That's
gas station
poisoning.
But it's a green candle day. We have another 25% leg up on the PHEX. And even EHEX is dragging along with 2 zeros and a 2-4.
Are we officially 1 penny between the two yet?
Yes, sir. We've been there this afternoon. It's dropped down ever so slightly just now to 00963, but it was above a penny this afternoon. X is Alive was tweeting. X is Alive has a chart that shows the combined hex price. So
nice.
Yeah, we've seen that, and a lot of fair weather hexicans are coming back out with these green candles now. You see a lot of names and faces.
Name them, shame them.
Name and shame. Even CabanaCrypto is coming back with the season 5 of the happy hour.
He's been here on and off. I can attest to that. I've seen it. He's not a one to name and shame, but we should call them out. We should say, you. Okay, come here, you. I can't be angry at you too long anyway.
What can people expect of season 5, Cabana? Tell us more.
About a show a month in over the summer, so give me some.
Yes.
We're gonna have hopefully Marco the Hexagon on.
Oh, Marco the Titan Exican.
Yes, and then hey, you said it. That's your show, so yeah. And Rags, another Titan Hexagon, Rags to Riches. So
wow!
I got some topics. I'm very curious to hear both of them possibly go back and forth on, talking about community and burning coins and all that stuff. If you're familiar with the Titan X ecosystem, they're both bullish on it. I'll say I am, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. Yeah,
I mean, the thing is, most
community
of the
issues,
most of the community are hexicans anyway, right? So there's a lot of overlap between the two communities, but we're still pledged to that kind of not chill other shit to a hexican audience, at least on this show. But I understand that it's a topic.
Right. So I don't tweet about it on my main account. I've debated doing a side account just to not talk about that specifically, but traditional finance and focus on, other things that I enjoy talking about, not to offend, and clutter up anybody's feed, because I don't want to, mess with the audience that kind of built that account. I would not like that being a follower.
Man up, man. We shit on everyone here.
Go ahead. But that's my philosophy in it. So
no, that's fair. That's fair.
So if you want to find me and follow me on that other account, if it exists someday,
ooh,
there you go.
Spicy. That's the spicy announcement. So will you be kind of going back into weekly, or will you stay on the monthly schedule for now? Or what
I mean,
is
it's I'm
I'll
not
take it as it comes.
I think it's take it as it comes. I mean, we still
Right.
have this like SEC overhang. Now the green candles are a plus, so maybe it'll be easier to get, some guests and
Right.
That's pulling teeth. I don't have time to do that anymore. But
Well, we'll always be your guests in a pinch.
yeah, and I appreciate that. And thank you for the invite on this show. And like I've said, I think last time I was here and any other Hexkins that have shows that need a guest, I really like it because I don't have to plan for it. I can just come on and talk like we're doing right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice format.
Yeah, that also goes for Peter and Papa B. Just saying.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm still improving here. I'm improving some pants.
By the way, this is Papa DJ's and Papa B's show. Papa B doesn't have even he doesn't have even the access to StreamYard. So I have to do all the work if DJ is missing.
Exactly.
Because you know why, Peter? You know why? Because you're my slave.
I'm a slave. Yes.
That's right.
Is there a limit on an admin accounts? Is it 2?
Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I think like on Discourse Syndicate there were like 50 people who had it, so I don't know. I think there is.
Oh, maybe they upped it, but yeah.
But
That
actually,
was in the
there is
very
a
beginning,
limit.
like years ago.
Actually, we shouldn't talk about this at all because the limit is actually 1.
See?
Oopsie.
Or is it like teammates or your
Shout
team?
out to StreamYard. Yeah, you can do admins and team. Yeah,
There you go.
I have
That's what I
actually-
See, Cabana, it's all a sneaky plot by me, so that when these guys get hauled in by the SEC for
Yes,
monetizing
for-
their financial
for
advice, I
StreamYard
just
securities
disappear.
fraud.
Yeah.
Papa's going to swoop in and take over the show.
But we've got green candles galore. Is this it, Cabana? What do you think? Is this the reversal? I mean, I'm really looking forward to this guy joining us later on, who is just losing, who has lost the roof of his car. So to give us the
What was
TA
that? That was
update
funny.
later on.
That was the trailer.
Yeah. He
Yeah, I
solved the
mean,
roof.
just looking at the weekly hex chart, we just grounded through the double
Right.
bottom that we did have, and now we're kind of right back to that bottom, coming at it from the downside. So yeah, I don't know if we get a close, closer to a penny. I think we might be able to have a little all clear
Yeah.
speculation there. Same thing with Pulse. The Pulse chart. We kind of grounded. We didn't go as deep below that bottom as we did on the hex chart, but
I like a
think
deep bottom.
yes, I bet you do. But I bet you hex is the one that definitely outperforms that one.
It does at the moment, but it feels good to see Pulse back at 4 zeros and a 4 and Pulse X with a 2. That was really totally undervalued in my opinion of where we've been dragging.
Yeah, and I
on
think
for the
Pulse will
past
be the
couple of
slowest
years.
mover out of the 4 coins. You're going to have, Hex,
Right.
Inc, and Pulse X.
Probably crazy volatility on Ink going forward. That's probably what I'm
Can
expecting
I
to see.
coin a phrase?
The ink don't stink.
The four horsemen of the Pulsopolis.
Oh.
Wow. That's poetic.
Ain't it?
And what's interesting about ink,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's inflationary, is that while it did go down to $1.30 something, it did not go below its lows of last year. So that
Right.
one actually held up pretty
Yeah.
decently.
Because Reckon doesn't have ink to dump. Only if he farms it.
That's right.
No.
So the all-time low has been 50 cents then on Ink, right? And
Yep,
we never
just
dropped
about.
below that. And yours truly scooped up the bottom on that. I'm very pleased with,
Very
with
nice.
that purchase. at
Nice
the
trade.
time. Yes.
Or
very nice
investment,
trade.
I guess.
But yeah, well, it is.
It's about $2.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
3x. Not complaining.
Nice. Well done. You can retire now.
But also Richard has been the supreme our supreme leader, of course, has been tweeting about green candles. But today he's all about, hex flexing with one of his lawyers who's testified in Congress.
Did
which
you
is pretty,
see this? Did you
yes,
see this?
I watched it. But
wow.
the
This
language.
guy's a prick right here with the beard.
Well, that's the Congress guy. But no, he looks like this. That's the.
No, no. But that's the
the lawyer.
opposition. The one that's cross-examining is the one that's in the pocket of the banks. The one at the beginning of the video that
Right.
you just clicked off.
Right.
So yes, Richard's attorney did it. See, I got a question as a preface to talking about this, though. Can we begin by saying that these things, back in the 80s, there was a point when there were so many shuttle launches that nobody, like space shuttle launches, that nobody paid attention to them anymore. And at the very beginning, it was like, "Oh my God, the space shuttle is gonna launch for the third time. It's gonna be freaking awesome. A day off of school to go home and watch the launch. Or turn it on in school. Come on, everyone!" And then it kind of puttered out. Now it's like, oh, they shot a new satellite recovery system out. Oh, that's Elon sent a missile that lands back on the Earth, and it was a positive thing. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Well, the frequency is just so great now. I mean, it's
yeah, but these things follow the same pattern, Cabana. They're very important. They're on the books testimonies, but it's always the same fucking cookie cutter thing. Our side, the crypto side, makes an eloquent, amazing, detailed examination of the market, where we are, firsthand accounts of people trying to apply and work through the system with the SEC. Overreach, problems being stifled, people moving offshore to the market disintegrating in the United States because of the stupidity. And then the opposition always says the same fucking thing. This is a scammy, corrupt system where people are going to gamble and
terrorism.
Terrorists could get paid in Bitcoin.
Yep. Yes, and the SEC, and most importantly, the SEC has the rules they need. They're very good rules, and they're doing an excellent job. And stop picking on my SEC. And that's the way it goes every fucking time. Even though Richard's attorney did an excellent job of explaining the whole case from an informed perspective, convincingly so, the other side just sits there and says, "We got what we need. Shut up." What the hell is that? When is it ever going to break to our favor?
Paid by the crypto people. That's the problem.
Yes. That was one of the things that was pointed out this time that was new. The crypto people have a lot of money and they're lobbying to try to get everyone to say that the SEC is bad. Well, who pays your bill, bitch?
Well, it's the bipartisan thing. But what I really liked about this video that Richard Hart was sharing here is that he gave a bit of his resume, before he went on answering the question. And like it was a very drawn out CV of that he worked for years within the SEC and being on the front line and being part of think tanks about crypto and digital currency. So very much from what he said, you get the feeling that he's on the ball here, like that he knows about crypto and what it is and what it means. So I think, and also knows the inside workings of the SEC. So I think is super bullish here, and that Richard has such a guy to represent him who has that practical knowledge about what's going on behind the scenes there, as well in crypto as well in the SEC. I think that's very positive.
Yeah, thank God.
This is one of 11, right?
Exactly, it's just one of 11. Mr.
11 plus.
Michael
11
Liftik.
plus.
So he was tweeting about this today because it happened in Congress, and then a lot of nice ones about double-digit growth on the RH coins on Pulsechain. So he was tweeting about it,
And before
Green candle, Richard. And also one more new update to Pulse X, Peter.
that's 2 updates in 1 year or in 2 years.
Are you still complaining, Peter?
Yes, and I will never stop until
we've got stablecoin pools.
Thank you, Richard.
Faster order execution now. I mean, what's not to like? Cabana, what do you think about this Pulse X and then still not having the limit auto functionality. Then again, we had the 9mm rug the other week, which had that functionality, but that's also third-party stuff that is sometimes hard to trust. What is your take on that whole exchange landscape on Pulsechain?
I mean, I think I saw maybe a tweet of yours that said you weren't involved with that, and I never touched it really either. So it's just, it's something I chose not to get involved with. So of course I hate seeing anything like that happen on
I don't
Pulsechain.
wish anybody losing their stuff.
But it is what it is. I mean, it is a blockchain, and I think said this, especially on my show as well. It's like it's a playground now. It's more than just one coin, which was Hex. It's like bring everybody here and see what they can conjure up. Sadly, sometimes, and some people will do good with it, which some people have, and then some people will do just selfish stuff with it, which many people have. And right now it just feels like, I don't know, maybe that's kind of why I'm not in a hurry to do a stream every week, because it feels to me like it's just people sloshing money around between each other, chasing the latest memes. And it's just like, what happened to at least some sort of utility, which is, I've been a fan of, and that's usually what I invest in. I'll throw some degen capital at some stuff every now and then, or some things that other people might see as degenning that I don't, but whatever. But at the same time, it's just you take the good with the bad, and right now there's more bad, but I think the focus is on more of the bad, because we're in a bear market. People are bored. They're would we have seen all this with Richard streaming and belittling all the stupid stuff that was on his chain? Maybe we would have seen a little less. That's kind of what I miss, and what I want to see him back to smack some of this stuff down. Maybe one day, maybe not. Maybe we'll leave it alone and just be like, hey.
Oh, you're not supposed to freeze on a
No.
beach. It's supposed to be very warm.
I just had a rebuttal to that what you were saying, but now he's
Well,
gone.
now you can give it. He can't talk back. Perfect,
he can't react. No, but I need the reaction. Is he? We can maybe play a little.
Reboot the cabana.
A little transition before we move on to the next topic. Here's another one from your man Trump.
Down in here. Are there aliens at Area 51?
I'll tell you, it's a funny thing, because I think that might be a question that I get more than any question. It is the craziest thing. So we have that so-called area. They consider it like a sacred area. And I will say this. I don't think I'm a believer, but I've interviewed pilots that look, I like Tom Cruise, but better than Tom Cruise. The blonde crew cuts, the whole, and this, yes, sir. And they were in the Oval Office, 3 or 4 pilots. These are not people that make up stories. They said, all I know, sir, is there was a round object that was going 4 times faster than my F-22, which is a very fast plane. And it wasn't, it shouldn't have been. It was round, sir. They have seen, 4 or 5 guys I've interviewed, solid people, great pilots for the U.S. Air Force, etc. They've seen things that they cannot explain.
Follow-up
So there's
question.
something.
Also a maybe. I think
Follow-up question, Mr.
Maybe.
President. Follow-up. If in fact there are aliens, would you be willing to put tariffs on them to help us with the economy?
Nice.
So there you have it. There you have
See,
it.
he's a man of the people. Look at that.
Wouldn't spill any secrets though.
No, well, I think.
And the assassins always miss.
Well, yeah. What's up with that?
He's the one. He's doing matrix moves.
Yeah, since we streamed
Dodging
last
bullets.
week, hasn't there been like two
Yeah.
more attempts?
I heard of one more. I'm also hearing about a third, but I don't know what that will be. I heard
In the
on
last
the golf
rally,
course was
no,
on
the rally yesterday.
Sunday.
Yeah,
oh,
there
the
was a
rally yesterday. Okay.
There's a rally yesterday, and
What happened?
People in the 9 people or 10 people in the front row, actually got a serious reaction where their eyes were burning and they had trouble breathing. They were treated, and it looks like somebody tried a makeshift
All right.
chlorine gas type of, you know, the little water bottle size thing bomb. I mean, nobody knows for sure yet.
That's lame.
It's lame because it's a freaking, you know, what are you going to do? Right? Well, you're going to hurt a lot of innocent people, and it's just stupid shit going on. But that could be considered a third attempt to
the third attempt. That's crazy.
Race,
And then of course was the golf course thing on Sunday. That happened where the guy is from Hawaii actually. So you want to be careful in the neighborhood.
And he was in the BlackRock commercial.
Yes, he was there too. That's the conspiracy, right? Both the two assassins.
I mean,
have been in BlackRock commercials.
Can you imagine to be the one of the biggest entities, like financially, in the world? You could be a country basically, and send the worst two assassins. That's horrible. I mean, Larry, think about yourself.
Think about it.
It's yeah.
We had the Finland FUD, of course, expiring this week. I don't know if you guys have any comments on this. Peter, we've touched on that briefly.
Right?
We've seen because of the discovery originally for the subpoenas, we know that Richard paid huge taxes. So
that's even on public record. And just the one thing that I don't understand here, that it's mentioning that the tax evasion took place between June of 20 and April 24. Okay, that's that whole, HEX Puls, whatever. But then they're also talking about a criminal assault that took place in February 21. Like, I don't know what that is all about. But Richard kind of responded to this article sort of in secret language saying, where's Richard's rebuttal tweet?
I think it could
saying
be,
people don't know what they're
those
talking
Louis Vuitton
about.
bags and I was walking down the boulevard, I may have bumped somebody into the street because of all the weight. But I wouldn't call that assault.
And by the way, Cointelegraph.
Well said, probably.
Cointelegraph did amazing work. And they just translated
copy pasta
the article and published it. So I mean, Cointelegraph is the original Bitcoin whale or whalefut, or what's the Twitter account?
Yeah, we need to get Finbear on the show for this one to tell us if that newspaper is like a tabloid or if that's an actual a trusted source. I don't know, but Richard kind of responded here, said Wikipedia deleted Gelman amnesia effect article, the phenomenon of a person trusting newspapers for topics which that person is not knowledgeable about, despite recognizing the newspaper as being extremely inaccurate on certain topics which that person is knowledgeable about. So I think that is kind of already answered and dealt with. But it's interesting that the timing, we're just about to pump and then some article like this comes out.
Can we come back to the simplest idea about campaigning and publicity and there being no bad publicity? I think it's delicious that Richard be in the spotlight again as a infamous figure even now, to be vindicated wholly later on. I think we're pulling the spring back. So more of these, please. More fictitious fairy tales. Put them out there.
That's right.
This article had no meaning because the market didn't react to it. So
there you go.
Yeah, it did the opposite actually. Yeah. There's nothing new on the court docket, but the date is. Yes, we need Finbear's opinion on that article exactly. No, the October hearing is coming close. It's October 24th, so apparently there is a hearing, and this Liftig guy that we showed earlier will also be there. And
this reminds me, prayers and support goes out to Nuclear Herbs.
Nuclear Herbs, yes.
Our legal beagle, he's going under the knife tomorrow, I believe, and he's going to get himself some kind of $100 gazillion man type of thing where he becomes a cyborg and
penis enlargement.
Penis enlargement. Yeah, that's what he's going in for.
Congrats, Nuclear Herbs. I hope it's gonna be big.
But I really loved his back and forth on the Twitter with the community about wearing a suit and, come dressed nice. Can we touch on that again, Papa B?
Yes, where, okay, so if any of you monkeys that are going to go to the
costumes, please.
Yeah, if any of you are worried that you don't know how to tie a tie and you don't want to be a goober and get a clip on, I will personally do a WebEx with you.
Yes,
Twitter space.
Even I can do that on Twitch if you want me.
Exactly. We could, we could do it in the next show to show you exactly how to tie your tie.
The Windsor tie knots, no problem.
Yes,
I got you covered.
Windsor, a full
the
Windsor,
full Windsor. I got you covered. Easy.
Yep. And also for you monkeys that have
24 is a Thursday. So
thank you, Peter.
We can live stream it.
We can live stream. Yeah. But again, for you guys that have not yet gone to your local, stupid ass discounted suit factory near you to get your very first suit, don't grab a black one. Don't fight the urge to think that everybody thinks you look good in a black tie and a black suit. You look like an idiot. So go and get a charcoal or a nice, navy suit as your first suit. Those are the first two ones that you need to get in your collection of suits if you're going to be a suit wearing person in the future. If not, just pick one. You can do no worse than, or no better than picking out a charcoal, which is gray, dark gray for you goobers that don't know what that is. And as far as having an expression of yourself, leave that to the tie. Okay, don't wear anything fucking gaudy on the outside. The tie is express your little artistic craft. Make it the tie or a lapel pin.
Hex face tattoos.
Hex face tattoos is all right, but no Hex T-shirts, please.
No, and if you have a pink mohawk, don't fucking go, please. Thanks.
Shots fired. Woo!
Shots fired. Yes. I don't care if it's your or if you have like freaking Johnny Depp smelly old hair extensions. Don't fucking go. Just don't go. Am I right, Cabana?
What?
we were discussing if you're going to go to this court case, look like a real
presentable,
snappy, presentable, conservative freaking person, right? You respect the court in doing so. No
one
pink
rule.
Yeah,
I think I've echoed your sentiments on the Twitter as well. Yeah.
Good. No pink mohawks and no Johnny Depp hair extensions.
Even the worst criminal gangsters, when they stand in trial, their lawyer makes them wear the freaking suit and tie.
Yes. Yeah. Fuck yes. Yeah. It's not a place to have Hex, memorabilia, unless it's very, very subtle, as a lapel pin, for example, or you have a nice necktie.
No. Suit, nothing else.
You can have a lapel.
Cabana, before you left, we just had a great conversation that I actually wanted to touch on as well, because we spoke about the 9mm and the utility, but then again, it's careful to showcase these things. Then we had another one like this with PLUSD just this week, which got totally rugged into oblivion, and that was a stable coin that has been promoted and been shilled by many Hexicans. And then the big drama news this week is the SATA Chronicles. I don't know if you have watched that video. You might, if you are into Hex Pulschain community drama, you might want to check that out.
I am not into it, but I did skim through it to see just if there was a name or two I recognized and what the accusations were. And I guess there's always two sides to every story. So
it's a lot of accusations, not really much proof, and theories mixed in with some truth. So it's a bit of a.
I've seen pushback, and some of it is compelling if you don't dive deeply into it, which I have not. But I've also seen some pushback that also seems rather strong. So it's something that I don't want to waste my time with, but this is what happens in bear markets. It's just like we're left with this kind of drama and entertainment, and not all the good vibes, and when Richard Hart next stream, that kind of anticipation and excitement. It's this stuff. So I'll be looking forward to this taking a back seat, hopefully. In the next,
but for us as streamers of this, or self-appointed streamers, really nobody asks us to do this. We're not getting paid and nothing, but we just want to, kind of document what's going on in the community. Yeah. And there's one thing that struck with me in that PBS, it's very high quality PBS style documentary video.
Production quality is great.
Is that he said guilty by association if you gave these people a platform to shill on your streams, and we are guilty of that. We have Hexy Bastard on the show. We had the Pulse Mafia guys who are featured in there with the Def Jacob. We had them on the show. We had the Tang Gang on the show, as have you. But we didn't, of course, do that with the intent of really shilling their shit. Especially with the Pulse Mafia thing, we were more interested in that, on how adoption for Pulsechain can happen through gaming like that, and that idea I think is still valid. But then of course, if you can't trust the smart contracts behind it and all that stuff, like how shall we as sort of streaming guys navigate that going forward? Because we don't want to be mixed in with that. We have no ill intention.
Yeah, so I think like keeping it at a top level is good, and not endorsing anything. I've looked at it like this in the past, where like I want to give people a space to highlight stuff that they're working on.
Yes.
That I'm being educated as some of these people are talking on my show. So I just want to like talk to them about it and learn about it or whatever. And I haven't had too many meme coiners on really just talking about memes. Like Steve Hitson did his, but I know him, I've met him, I've hung out with him, I like him, and that was like a kind of like a one-time thing. I've done others that ended up like terrible, so I'm kind of like erring on the side of not really focusing on meme projects anymore. I'm personally just kind of tired of them, because the capital, like I said earlier in the show, it's like it just seems to get sloshed around from one thing to another, and it's away from the core coins. So everybody pretty much in this Pulsechain ecosystem has built their wealth or their stack or whatever they want to call it by investing in Richard Hart products, and slowly they throw away or lose pieces of that little fortune or egg, or maybe a big pile, I don't know, chasing the shiny objects. And I've grown a little like sick of it.
And he's gone.
Well, most of them have one pump and then it's over. Papa B, anything to add on that topic? Or how do we navigate that? Or are we been thrown in the mix?
Idea. Yeah, Peter has his annual idea.
Let's look at history. Has any third-party product made anything like? Was it any good for the community? Have people made money on that?
Well,
Is it good for Hex?
Not sustainable though. They had their some of them had their quick moments, but not sustainable like Hex. Not
B9
one, not
has
even
been awesome,
not even
man.
Pulsechain.
Don't forget about B9. Did I mention B9?
Oh, B9. Woo!
Christ. I'm wrecked on that purchase.
You're not. You're not. You're not.
You're not in the loss until you sell. Okay.
Just a little word from our sponsor.
Hey, a sponsor that doesn't sponsor anything.
That doesn't sponsor. Cabana is back, and we got a pasta eating Toby One Hex Sobi.
Oh man. No pasta for me, sir.
No pasta.
What I expect from you, Toby, is to do
What
this
is that?
while
That is-
chewing.
That is scrambled eggs.
Yeah, Please
Scrambled
don't eat
eggs,
while-
steak, and
while
bacon.
TA.
That is a carnivore power bowl, baby.
Don't TA while eating.
I'm sorry.
You've
I
lost-
had to get a couple bites in, bro. And like,
You've
what's
lost
the
weight,
avatar?
man.
Where are you today,
What's
Bob? We want to see your
what's
lovely
up
face.
with you?
I mean,
He
don't
picked up
interrupt
the
me, I'm
pounds, or I've picked up the pounds he lost.
I'm just trying to freak my doctor out when I go to get my annual checkup, and my LDL is like off the charts because I've been eating
Anal
nothing but
checkup.
steak and butter and eggs for the last month and a half.
The wrecked up.
Something like that. All right. So
All
what's
right.
up, man? Good to see you, bro.
If Toby's here, we need to see the charts. Let's get deep into it because Toby's
Yeah.
got things to
get
tell.
the
I
show
think-
going.
oh,
3 weeks of pent up goddamn TA energy.
Hey,
Yes,
Papa,
we get-
I just have a question real quick before we get into the charts. I've got it shared so DJ can bring it up in a moment.
Yes.
But is Peter from Kvechnia?
Well played.
So let's go.
Well played.
Sir, thank you. Okay, gentlemen, starting off with the one and only, the original, the OG, the prodigal son, if you would like, the original Hex.
We need the full update today, Toby.
Now we're going all the way back to
The
like the
full
full
update.
history of the chart, so you can see
Yes.
this giant white parallel channel that we've been following since the all-time highs. The bottoms of it were around the original bottoms of it were around May of 21. We got that big run up after May of 21. If you recall, in July of 21, I released the Hexaco music video, and then we magically propelled to all-time high. Then the Furu video with the dancing on the coffin came out, and it was so pick your entertainment wisely. Anywho,
Cabana's in that video.
I think everybody's in that video. You weren't dancing on the coffin though, were you, bro?
No,
All right,
no, no.
guys, I'm out.
Cowboy hat.
Actually, I
Top
tried.
signal.
I tried to dance on the coffin. Little known fact.
Oh.
But I had cowboy boots on, and I kept sliding off the thing. So,
Yeehaw.
my scenes were deleted.
That's like an
Plausible
extra.
deniability.
The cutting room floor
Perhaps they're on
is
the DVD extras.
Yeah, that I
Outtakes.
would like to see. That I would like to see. The outtakes are always the most fun. So anyhow, I just wanted to show you the broad view first, so we understand the big bottom that we were trying to get off of for
Toby.
Yes,
Toby,
sir.
when did first of all, just for I think it's good to call out exactly when you drew this channel. Is it unaltered? When did you first do it? When did you put the fractal in there? I really want to know how long has it been?
Unaltered as far as the channel goes, because it's like I was trying to, like, you could see the little bit of a slope dropping down right here. So I thought, well, it's like, how long are we going to follow this channel? Didn't think it'd be 4 fucking years, but here we are. And then it was difficult to find the bottom because originally,
Nice.
I didn't know where the bottom was. So I really didn't get a confirmed bottom on this until August of 23. So August of 23 is where I really gave me my confidence because we followed that really cleanly all the way down, waking off at multiple times in August. We got a little run up, pull back, run up, tried to get back to the top side of it, but never quite made it. And then we just died. And this is the infamous Richard tweet where he cast
The
out
market
the
has
first
decided.
sun, right? So anyhow, that fractal, however, that is from June of 2020. And that was just
when did you
myth.
place it?
I just-
When did you place it on your chart?
June,
and stand
June
behind
of
it?
2024. So basically, I went
2024.
back and I was curious. It was June of 2024, and I'm like, man, I wonder what happened from the June prior to the run up. I want to see that bars pattern and just see if we have any confluence there, if it's lining up at all. And then as I zoom into it, you'll see that we had considerable. I got this fib retracement thing on here, so it's kind of blocking it a little. But you can see, like right here, June of 2024, June 20th actually is when I first laid this in, and it showed that we were going to get a little pop up. We front ran it a bit, came back down, but we got the pop right there. It said it was going to roll over, round over, bottom sometime between August 28th and possibly a double bottom out to September 11th. So I've been calling since at least June that I saw a bottom coming around that 2-week period, August 28th to September 11th. And lo and behold, we didn't get as deep as the fractal, but fractals are kind of woo-woo, right? And TA is a little woo-woo. So it's like woo-woo squared. So, but it was just remarkable to me how well it was following it. And then right after that, it's like we get this big run up, which is in the fractal. That's these big yellow bars. The fractal also is showing, which we've talked about before. I know I haven't been on in a few weeks, But the fractal curiously shows a peak at around half a penny for EHEX of all dates, October 24th, 2024. So how strange is that the fractal from 2020 to 2021 shows us that October 24 is a peak, which makes sense because typically it's a
Sell the news,
right? And we have this big pullback. And then what's I also find interesting is that we had this little blue channel that I saw playing out as we were bottoming and starting to round up. And if you extend that channel out, it shows that if we do have a sell the news event, it looks like there's a potential for it to test the top of that blue channel again, and potentially all the way go all the way down to the bottom of that blue channel before making its run like it did in 2021, where it was essentially up and to the right from then all the way to all-time high in September. You know, there were dips along the way, but nothing crazy. And then it shows us, if we follow the same exact pattern, which is highly unlikely, but who knows, it would show us at about 13.5, 14 cents by September of 2025. And then, as I've said before, if the ratio holds, which is about 3 to 3.5 to 1 from EHEX to PHEX, sorry about the nomenclature, EHEX to HEX, then if you add those two together, then we most definitely have a new all-time high. And we're very close to an all-time high on just HEX on Pulsechain alone. Obviously, FOMO can get a little irrational, and we could actually see this go considerably more parabolic and end up with an actual new all-time high on EHEX alone. But just according to the fractal, I don't think anybody's going to scoff at a 14-cent HEX and a 45-cent EHEX or PHEX. So,
except Peter. Here comes Peter.
Well, Kvechnia Peter is going to kvetch because that's in his blood, right? So, zooming in a little bit, I wanted to show something I added in on one of my tweets recently. I normally don't go into anything more involved than like some parallel channels and showing that stuff because it's simpler and easier to explain. But I was just really curious about a fib retracement, right? And typically when you have a big run up like we had, I placed this on it about September 15th. And I was just curious. I'm like, okay, well, where would we likely pull back to? Typically, an aggressive pullback or an ideal pullback is going to be between the 0.5 and the 0.618. And that's commonly referred to in trading parlance as the golden pocket. And that is like a super buy zone. If you get all the way down to like the 786, which would have been down here, then it's like a little sketchier because it's like you don't know if it's just going to completely retrace to the base. But that could potentially be a good buy zone. If you reject prior to getting to the 618, that's a very bullish sign. So we actually wicked down just through the 0.5, didn't even make it to the 618 and turned it around. And now we're actually extending above. So there's other fib stuff you can do for people that like fib. You can do fib extensions and let you know kind of like how high it could potentially go. But that's a little beyond the scope of my time here. So I will leave that off for now. And then we'll get rid of that. So we're going to remove that one. Yep. And then that just takes us to this. So we broke out. We had the blue extension of the parallel channel here that we were bouncing off of, right? And then repeatedly, we got a higher low here. And then that looked pretty decisive to me that we were going to continue in this channel and possibly break out. Broke out of it pretty much on the first try. Wicked above, couldn't quite sustain it. The next day, we wicked back into the channel, but finished the daily well above. And then we've been chopping around a little bit. And now we're flirting with the 200. This is the magenta line here. This is the 200 EMA. So now that looks to me on the daily is the next point of resistance that we want to try to get past. Wicked above it briefly at 0027. Tried to work our way back up there on the current daily candle. Got up to 26. So we're kind of middling around right here. So we'll see how this plays out. As I get more candles to play with, we can maybe try to get another parallel channel in here to give us some idea of like tops and bottoms. As we go up, but there's just not quite enough there. I mean, we could kind of see if one maybe fits, but I just don't have enough. I just don't have enough candle closes there to be confident in that. It's like I got one touch. Usually I like two touches on the top and the bottom. So we're not there yet, but we can play around with that. Maybe next week we'll have a couple more candles in there to see if we have something decisive. And if it gets irrational, I mean, it could just continue to go parabolic, and maybe we hit that half penny mark. Prior to October 24th, as the fractal would indicate.
But the fractals so far have been very impressive, I have to say.
The
Because I know
fractal's crazy, bro. It's
we've
like
been shitting on it for the longest, but this is
ever since I
spot on.
pasted it
It's
on my chart, you
spot
shit on it.
on. I know.
And I'm
This
like,
is
dude,
crazy.
I shit on it when you were like all excited about it just with one candle, and I'm
The
like,
done,
give it some
the
more
done
time.
told you show.
It was a couple. It looked promising, and then it just got more and more confirmed. And it was like, I mean,
Toby, the question is, will you sell on October 24th?
24th.
I will not. I actually had some relatively large.
There
stakes
is no
come out.
help for you, Toby.
Hey, here's the deal. I don't think we're anywhere near the top of this bull market. I don't think October 24th is going to be it of this year for sure. I think, we might end up with a double top situation like Bitcoin did last cycle. Maybe we hit a peak in March, April, and then I would say late 25, probably maybe September again is when I would be anticipating the high. I do have stakes coming out before that, which I'll have liquid and I'll consider taking some profit. But here's what I always try to remind
you should restake, Toby.
Well, maybe
5.
Dude, here's why. And this is what people forget, especially people that like to hate on OGs. Cabana can cop to this. He understands, he's been around long enough. If you all remember, OGs had a lot of free hedron coming their way, and they got a multiplier. So if you recall, like way back, I think we were only around maybe 14 cents or something on HEX. If you were a high level dolphin, you were making like over 50 grand a year in hedron yield. So why in the world would you need, how much money do you need, right? It's like, how much money do you need to live on? So it's like, it's highly unlikely you would need to sell the golden goose if it's going to be producing more calm for you and more hedron for you by staking it and leaving it alone. And then you can sell that other stuff, right? So that's my opinion. So there's plenty of other things I hold in the RH ecosystem, RH tokens, icosahedron, a handful of shit coins that I would be selling long before I would ever sell my HEX, to be honest. Because it's just, I think long term. So moving right along, you want to jump to the other HEX? To the favorite.
Yes, that's pumping right now. 25% today.
Now, if you recall from the Wayback Machine, we had this big orange ascending channel that we broke out of. We're hopeful to get back into, got rejected at the 55, came down below, tried to get back into again in May, and then And then we started forming this other white descending parallel channel. And, we had considerable, we had a number of touches here, a number of touches here. So I felt pretty confident in it as we bounced off here, rejected really hard back in like September. We finally started moving up about September 8th, touched the top, moved back down, broke out. So the breakout, the measured move, as you've all been informed multiple times, if you're watching my dumbed down TA with channels and shapes and stuff, parallel channels, typically when they break out, they move the height of the channel. So that's what this white line is. That is the height of this channel. And then you measure it from the point that it breaks out. So it broke out right there. So basically, can't move it. There we go. So if I move it down a little bit to like where it actually broke out, to be more precise, then you'd be looking at a move up to just shy of a penny, 0.094.
At a cent,
so
yes.
like if we make the full move, and then continuation, of course, is likely. And, you're going to get some chop along the way. Pullbacks are healthy. Also something to be aware of, just to show the validity of channels again. As we broke out of this orange channel, I measured from where we rejected the last time. Typically, you'd measure from the first breakdown, but it's like, because it was trying so hard to get back in, I'm like, well, I'm going to measure it from here. And if you look at that measured move from the breakdown of the orange channel, it was almost to the tick, down to 0036, right? So it's like, these measured moves are like, they might take months to play out, but more often than not, if you go playing around with parallel channels, you'll see it over and over and over again. So they're good indicators of how far something's likely to move. So we got an indecision candle on the daily, it looks like, on HEX. Indecision candles are kind of like a body that's kind of right in the middle. You got a long look up and down, like a spinning top, I think it's also called. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we close green, and then we can build on that tomorrow and try to push our way up. Also, what's good to look at is, we're well above the 21, the 55, and the 200 EMA, it looks like. And if we go to the 3-day, you can see here
turning bullish.
We are well above the 55, and the next target is this. Is that the 200 EMA? What is that? That is the 100. Excuse me. The 100 EMA is our next target. So I'd say 008 would be the next level of resistance I'd be looking at, and see if we can break and stay above that. And then as these all kind of turn around, blue sky breakout, so it's really hard to say where the next levels of resistance would be. We'd have to look further back in the chart. That's why I
Probably
like
3 cents is a lot of resistance, I think.
Yeah,
if
you have
it
so much more
breaks out
history in the
further.
EHEX chart, so you can see where there were levels of support and resistance, previously. So, in here, I'd say, maybe if we get past that 008, it's really hard to say. I mean, maybe like it looks like we had a lot of chop around here at 0086. So, I mean, it could be right there. We get some more resistance because it looks like we had significant resistance back here. And then we finally broke through. And then, maybe the next resistance beyond that is 1.6 cents. And then, of course, you're going to be looking at all-time highs to be a level of resistance. And we get beyond that, then God only knows how high we can go. So that's the
wait. What do you call all-time highs in this chart, though? Come on.
Well, all-time highs, according to this, for Hex on Pulsechain was 4.3 cents.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll see if we can get there, and I think we will. It's just a matter of when and how quickly. And then pullbacks along the way are healthy because you're building a new base, right? You don't anything that goes up super fast typically comes down super fast. So it's like you prefer a little bit of a chop and then up again, a little bit of a rebase and then up again. So I would be looking for that.
Next chart.
Thank you. Moving on. Convectionia. Okay, so moving along here, we've got this guy. Oh, wait. Crash. Burn. Okay, this one is what? Pulse. Okay, so Pulse, we were in this orange descending channel that was coming down. Probably similar situation here if you measure it out. The measured move from the white channel it broke down from. We rounded off, maybe fell a little short of the full move, but we rounded out right here at the bottom, came to the top of the channel, and curiously enough, if you zoom in and look closely on the 3-day, we wicked right up through it. And now we're right at it, right? So the thing is, on the 3-day, can we close above it? Let's look at the daily candle. That's the one. Daily candle wicked above it, and now we're
make or break right now.
Yep, and we got about 3 hours, I think, until the daily closed. So, yeah, if we close above it, that's very bullish. If not, you might be looking for a little bit of a pullback. Maybe back down to the 55 EMA, use that as support, get us back down to 4038. And then maybe make another attempt at it. If we're lucky, we'll break on through, maybe find a little resistance at the 100 EMA at 404361, and then possibly pull back and test the top of the channel and then go. So that would be kind of what I'd be looking for on that one. Measured move on that one. If we break out decisively and keep moving, you're looking at 00589 is what I'd be looking for on the daily. On the 3-day, this is where you can kind of see where, what potential resistances you'd be having. The measured move gets us almost there. The 100 EMA is at 4 zeros and a 6. So I'd be looking, with that breakout, if we get some extension on it, I'd expect a little resistance at that 100 EMA. But if we can break through that and now use that as resistance, or as support rather, and keep climbing on up, then, same deal. We got resistances along the way at 4074. Looks like an area of resistance. You can see here where it tried to pop up above that, pop up above it, got rejected, finally broke above. And then, similar to what we were just looking at on Hex on Pulsechain, we'd be looking at these higher levels, up to around 3017, which would be about 70% above SAC.
It'd be a sacrifice, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then possibly, a move up to 00 or 3023. And then we'd be attempting to hit the all-time high candle closes on the 3-day at around 3026. And then if we break out of that, same deal, blue sky breakout, because there's nothing above us, right, at that point. So we don't really know how high it could go. That's where some fib extension stuff could be fun to play with, but that will be saved for a future time. Moving along.
We've got 150 people watching live right now. Please retweet the tweets, smash the likes, follow up.
Smash the tweets, retweet,
smash the mash.
Smash them. Mash them. Okay, so now we've got over here on Pulse X. What do we have? Let me can I hide the volume? Shit, I hate that. Okay, so on this we've got the descending parallel yellow channel. I feel pretty confident in the way that this has moved. We didn't make the full move down. Just eyeballing it, I can tell we didn't quite make the full move down. So much like Pulse, we're short of the full measured move down from this previous channel. But, pretty good rounded bottom here. I like, who doesn't like a round bottom, right?
Round bottom.
And, right. And so we got up to the 55 EMA on the 3-day. It looked like we were trying to use that as support, kind of bounced around, chopping trying to get up to the 55 EMA, which is also a level of previous support, and now it's resistance, which would be at 40235. The measured move on that, if we can make a breakout in the next few days or weeks, it looks like I'd be going for 4035. If we look at the daily, yeah, daily is interesting too, because you can see on the daily, we're actually found resistance at the 100 EMA, and now it looks like we've used it as support, and we're trying to stay above it. So if we can close above 4021 on Pulsex on the daily, then that would be bullish, and I would expect a move to the top side of this channel, getting us up around that 2367 mark or a little higher, and then we'd be looking for the breakout. And then after the breakout, of course, we look for the measured move up. So that's what I'd kind of be looking for there. Then the favorite son, we've got them all so far, right? The favorite son, the clown, the baby of the family. Everybody loves everybody loves ink. Who doesn't love ink, right? So here's the deal. Long ago, I mean, this has been weeks and weeks and weeks ago, what we were kind of hoping for, because we had this, within all this other bullshit, we had this descending parallel white channel moving down, and we had it laid over top of this bigger ascending yellow channel that had been playing out all the way since December. And so what I was hoping for all the way back here even is that, you know, the worst case scenario is we bounce where these two cross, and I drew this little swoop, this little Amazon smile, right? And lo and behold, it fucking nailed it. Like right on the bottom of the yellow channel, right on the bottom of the white channel, and started to curve up. Got above the 21 EMA on the 3-day. Let's see what we're looking at on the 1 day. On the daily, we're above the 55. We've used the 21 as support now. We're above the 55. We're trying to reach up and hit that 100-day EMA, which would be $2.17. Woo! The channel gets us up to 224. That's on the daily. On the 3-day, you know, you'd be looking at those same moves to get to the top of the channel, and then you'd be looking at resistance at the 55 at around $3, and then the 100 EMA around 340.
The measured move would take us to
if we get above that quickly, the measured move would take us near $4, about 385, and then potentially to the top of this previous yellow channel, right?
Well done, Toby. Thank you for all the good
best
news.
TA in town. There's so many spot on calls in this. Crazy.
I've been fortunate. I've been lucky.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's worked out well. If you guys do you want to look at Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Yes, and Ethereum points.
I haven't looked at this at all since we were on last. Someone thought, oh, you guys are killing me. So this is another call where everyone was like, "You're crazy, Toby. What the fuck?" And it's like I laid in this yellow fractal like from 6 months prior to the halving, and then sometime around here as we started to move up, I'm like, "Hey, I think we're making the breakout, and I think we could hit 74K by the halving." And everyone was like, "That's insane. We're only in like the 30,000, 25, 28,000 range." And lo and behold, we hit 74,000. I think we missed my call by like $185. So that fractal was spooky, right? And what did it do? It followed the fractal back down. It didn't break down as hard as typical. Like DJ and I talked about this a lot in previous cycles. It seemed like after the halving, there would usually be on average about a 39% pullback. We didn't make it all the way, so we kind of worked our way down off the top of the channel, down again off the top of the channel. This was was this the Japan FUD? Maybe back in
Japan FUD.
But there was some sort of big.
I've lost track.
The carry trade unraveling.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that was that big dump, and that took us down almost to the bottom of the fractal, right, which is around 39%. So it took us down just shy of that, immediately retraced and came back up. And then we've worked our way off the bottom yet again. And then we're trying to work our way back to the top of the channel. And then the breakout would begin. And according to this, we should be around 80,000 by November, according to this of this year. And then, up and to the right from there, the measured moves on this kind of stuff are tricky because, the way that this fractal is played out, it's like it's done, right? I don't have any more history to play with from there.
It's a giant bull flag.
But I would be looking, but it could be considered a big bull flag, right? And it's like, and that's not outside the realm of possibility because it's not 4 years long like Hex's is. But if you did that, and you can see here, depending on where it breaks out, it's going to take us to the top of this white channel. And that white channel's been playing out since like 2012.
Wow.
And that price is
way back. Like this is like silly.
What's the price in that move?
Silly back in town, like 2016. So if you get to the top of that white channel and it's a bull flag playing out, then you're looking by August of 25, you're looking at about $120,000 Bitcoin. But if you get a breakout of the white channel, how high do things move? They move the height of the channel, correct? So we'll change this to white. So it's like we understand what we're doing here. If this breaks out around that time frame and we get the full measured move, then you're up just shy of 200K Bitcoin by August, September of next year.
Richard Hart was right.
We'll see. We'll see.
Awesome stuff.
I did it as fast as I could.
What about
Well
Ethereum,
done, Toby.
please? I need Ethereum, please.
Well done, Toby. Thank you for that update.
Ethereum.
Cabana.
Can I do a Bitcoin?
Okay, go ahead.
Well, pull me up, bro.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Let's have it.
Afterwards,
Yeah, right on. I love
Here's
it.
my Bitcoin chart. And it's
All right.
very easy. So you have the German selling right here.
Enhance.
You have the yen carry right here. And then my main lesson is we need, first of all, to get above 65,000. Because if we don't, then we're just getting a lower high. And then we're just going to stay in this little megaphone, whatever you want to call it.
Your wish is granted. You have 2 more wishes.
That's right. So let's get above 65K.
It's an air horn.
And then after that, we need to get above 70. And I think above 70, we're off to the races. And that concludes my talk.
Thank you.
Now,
Ethereum,
check
please,
this out.
you knuckleheads.
Wait. You know how much I love Confluence. I love Confluence. He's saying we need to get above 65K. Guess where the top of that yellow channel on mine is?
Okay, smarty pants.
He's spot on,
Up
man.
and to the right.
If we
All right,
get above
smarty
that, that's the
pantses.
top of the flag, and that's the breakout up into the right. So yeah.
Toby, can I see Ethereum? I always have to beg for it.
No,
Next week, please.
Ethereum's fucked.
Oh,
Shut
Ethereum
up.
is wrecked after this. Ethereum is done.
It's dog shit, bro.
Shut up.
It's just dog shit. Ethereum's dead.
I need to be
All
able
right,
to
you want
accumulate
Ethereum? Let me
it
see if I
for
can
my
share it.
unstaking.
Bought the wrong asset,
Oh
Papa
my
B, okay?
god.
Please show me the damn chart and then
Okay,
shut
I'm
the fuck up,
bringing it
Peter.
up. Jeez, you fucking nudge.
I don't
right.
work for you. I
So
will
here's
never
my-
ever work for you, Papa
I'll
B.
never work for you.
This is on the daily, okay? So, big orange
wrecked.
ascension channel that's been playing out since January of this year.
Jesus Christ.
Looked pretty legit. We broke down below
Yeah,
it.
legit wrecked.
Legit wrecked. And I don't know how much confidence I got in this chart at all, quite frankly, with the ETFs and playing everything else. But if this is the full measured move down from the breakdown, then you're looking at
sure enough.
you're looking at $1,400 Ethereum.
Nice.
If this starts the full measured move down. If somehow it
Sweet
kind of starts to
gas
work
money.
its way back up, right now on the daily, it's trying to get above the 21 EMA. It's you can see here it's just circuit reject. It's above it currently on the daily. So if we could get above that, the next resistance would be the 55 EMA, which is at 2,600, on up to the 100 EMA. Is that right on this one? I think so. Yeah, I think the 100 EMA is the blue one, and that's at 2,800, and then on up to the 200 EMA, which would be 2,900, and then we'd be trying to work our way back into the channel at 3,000. So that's the idea. And then, if we can do that, then I'd be looking for a move back to the top side of this channel by year end. If we're lucky, then we'd be up to about 7,000 on Ethereum.
That's what we need. Above 5,000, everybody.
But I mean, that's a fucking
It's a
big
long
one,
way.
bro.
Right
I
now, the
would
Richard
like-
Hart Treasury tracker looks.
Yeah,
pretty
Mr.
wrecked.
DJ, if you could pull up the forensic analysis done by the Wookiee, I think he speaks.
By the
Deep dive.
Wookiee. Oh yeah. Well said.
Thank you.
Wookiee on the
Right.
shade.
That's a bull flag if I
It
ever
ain't
heard.
good. It ain't good. Yeah.
All right, so we got everything covered. Cabana, before we leave, we have to talk about this here because next week is gonna be old news and then it's stupid. So
Yes.
our homegirl Jenna X, friend of the show, friend of the Cabana Crypto Happy Hour,
That's right.
has been fighting. There is Singapore 2049 going on, the token 2049 in Singapore. Sorry, Funding Jim is in the crowd, and Steph from Staker App. I've seen this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And they've been going at it here, the girls. So there was like a cat fight going on, and then there was the actual match.
Stay on top! Stay on top! Breathe! 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 Keep it.
Is she like patting her hair?
Oh man, so that was Young Crypto Snack and Jenna X from the XRP army going in on what you could call a cat fight. Cabana, you're a sports enthusiast. What did you make of all this?
Well, what first struck me is that it was called karate, but they were doing like MMA and like ground and pound.
It was a mix of everything, right?
Yeah, I mean,
That
might have
looked
caught
like
a little
the
scissoring in
chart.
there, but it was like it was a mess. But if I'm like analyzing the fight, I did notice that Jenna she started off slow, but the chick she was facing, Meth Head Molly, she like gassed out like
Meth Head Molly, exactly.
like the second round, and then I was
she
like,
was
man,
out.
if because Jenna lost the first round, and I was like, man, if she can tie this, she's gonna just totally wear her out in the third round. And third round came, and she pretty much dominated it.
Yeah,
So.
she had more stamina, more physical power, I think, in the end, or fitness, so to speak.
And you did mention that Funding Jim was in the crowd.
He was.
It looked like he did participate with Meth Head Molly in a little bit. So if you want to check him out, he appeared after the show.
That's the after party.
Wait a minute. Is Jenna cross-gender? Wait a minute. Speaking of cross-gender, who's this?
Is that Funding Jim?
Funding Jim on meth.
On meth.
What the fuck?
That's him. Clearly, you can
He had a
can
good
see.
time there.
Yeah, he's going in. But shout out to Jenna.
That's a sneak preview of tomorrow's happy hour.
Of tomorrow's show. Man, I cannot wait. Now I cannot wait.
So I was gonna bring that up and debut it tomorrow, but you guys are great. So you got
It's under the fuck happened here section.
The fuck is this? Funding Jim on meth.
Should we get us out of here?
Yes, but Jenna X won the fight, so salute to her and really well done, And but I have to say though, I watched the thing. I was really, excited to see it all go down. But I have to say, women fighting like that, it was for me a little bit of an off turn. Like I don't know. I don't.
Because in your household, it's the man that beats the woman.
Yeah, I did not.
What do you mean? It was just like the lack of form?
No, it's like then they're getting all bruised up and the red face, and that's like not what I want to see from women.
Dude,
so
watch
women
UFC.
fighting, I don't
Watch
find
UFC
it.
if you want to see some bloody bitches. It's like those, they don't fuck
Yeah,
around over there.
but it's
enough,
not
enough. This is
it's
not
not
the
my
way.
thing.
Can we
Anyway.
leave this on an uptick? Can we an inspiration? We had a green day today. and you guys
Whatever,
are
you
talking
bunch of
about bloody,
pansies.
battered
Don't listen
women.
to me. Get the fuck out.
Up and
No,
to the
we
right,
need-
bitches.
We need Cabana to give some motivating, positive speech on the outro and also shill his shit. Where can people find him, and where can people find the CabanaCrypto Happy Hour, which is coming back?
Well, in very good news, if we're ending on positive ladies fighting news, the Venezuela vixen Juliana Pena has a fight coming up. So yay for that, personal fan. But anyway, Happy Hour show returns tomorrow at 5 Eastern. So probably like a little earlier than
Around
now.
this time, yeah.
And we're going to have Rags to Riches on and Marker the Hexagon. We got some good discussion planned about community and RH coins and
Next.
how some things in other communities could be applied to the Hex community to make it better and get us out of this funk, and maybe some surprises or two, one of which I already spoiled, but there might be some other things as well. So
sweet,
nice. So everybody go check that out. It's
so
at
CabanaCrypto, all socials, X, YouTube
links are in the description, and yours truly, the DJ, might do a warm-up set for tomorrow's return, old school style, for the happy hour on Twitch, and then we're gonna raid over. So stay tuned on the X for that. Toby,
and you guys never let me tell people where to find me. in case they want to follow more of this silly TA, it's at Toby1_Hexobi on X. And then I'm here by the grace of DJ and Papa and Kavechnia Peter on Thursdays. And then soon to return to Maddie's Game Theory Gang on Tuesday nights.
Peter, any closing
diddly
words?
dildos for everyone.
Fuck Steph.
The end.
Aren't you going to get his new token? I'm very curious what he's got.
Fuck that.
Or what about the new Trump token? Did you guys talk about that?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, watch the show, Toby.
I was busy helping people end states.
Rewind the show.
Did you say watch your show?
My liquid diet of
We
farts and ice cream.
Covered
I
all
got
that.
to add one more thing. The reason
my
I was a
God.
few minutes late is I was, oh my God, come on, DJ.
Get us out of here.
No, this is poignant, okay?
No,
because
the
I
shit
helped my
show.
sister. I helped my
Goodbye.
sister tonight end some steaks, or this afternoon, and I helped a friend last night. Both are in the same boat where the gas was more expensive, or damn near as expensive as the value of the stake on Ethereum. On Pulsechain, it was anywhere from 8 to 12 cents to end it. So do with that what you will.
Congratulations.
The Ethereum gas fees are not fixed for longer stakes, FYI.
Outro.